So everybody is shaking their pants and we are sitting at 23, almost maximum fear. So everybody is scared. Okay, that's very interesting because Warren Buffett once said that it's wise for investors to be fearful when others are greedy and to be greedy only when others are fearful. So, well, based on these two things, you kind of answer yourself if it's a right time to invest into Kaspa, Bitcoin, whatever crypto you guys are interested in, or it's not a right time. So now if it comes to liquidity on a daily time frame for BTC, we've got significant level that is laying about the current trading price for BTC. Well, that's a little bit juicy. So now guys, let's have a look at BTC and what actually BTC did on 4 hourly. So on 4 hourly time frame, BTC is going, well, basically bouncing from this level as a support, which supported the price of BTC a couple of times already. So let me zoom it out into daily, and as you guys see, we had this occurring in here, and at the moment in here. So what can potentially happen, scenario number one for BTC on a daily time frame, is that BTC is going to go towards the upside, and then probably maybe another retest of this zone as a support, and that is also going to coincide with this downward movement. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is going to happen. Of course, scenario number two is that we are going to start pumping and finally going outside of this, boring Wyckoff free accumulation pattern, schematics, whatever. And I do believe that we could pump towards the upside actually. However, if we are not going to dump towards the upside, well, second scenario is that we can potentially dip a little bit lower towards this level of upward sloping trend line, which is this one in here, guys. So can that happen? Yes, it can happen, and I do believe that this is going to be a great time to accumulate if that is going to happen. I mean, if price of BTC is going to go into that zone. So moving out to the weekly time frame and to a little bit more macro perspective, basically we are still in bull cycle. I believe very important upward sloping trend line is still intact, and the price of BTC haven't dipped below that line. So even if we are going to see something like this, it's still going to be okay. I know that $42,000 or 43, whatever, is going to be terrible, but that basically is going to coincide with this strong level of a support and also with this upward sloping trend line for BTC. So, well, that is definitely in cards. I don't think that this is going to happen, but well, it definitely might. Also, if we are going to look at the perspective of the channel in which BTC is currently in, roughly, let me actually draw it this way and move it slightly. So as you guys see, BTC basically entered this channel, this bull cycle, and we are basically in here, and now this huge pump was basically ETFs that pumped this market, in my opinion. Okay, so still everything is looking bullish, even if we are going to trade in this channel, grab this level of a support, and then basically go towards the upside into that Q4. Definitely possible. Of course, I'm not going to be showing you the bull flag, but that's the trajectory, longer term. And now let's finally have a look at price of Kaspa, because I know that this is something that you are all waiting for. So looking at 4 hourly time frame, guys, we've got a perfect recovery for Kaspa. The price of Kaspa has been perfectly supported by these two levels of support. The first one, obviously the yellow one that is horizontal, 14 cents, and we've got this one which is basically upward sloping trend line, which I'm going to zoom out very shortly. So what is going on 4 hourly? On 4 hourly time frame, stochastic RSI is basically reaching the top, and we could retest this level as a support, and after that potentially gearing up towards the upside and trying to conquer this level as a resistance. So let's have a look on the daily time frame and let's see how this is actually looking like. So as you guys see now more clearly, this upward sloping trend line is basically intact. We had local dip, of course, below that, but there was a shaky. Nevertheless, price of Kaspa got supported by this. However, this is bullish trend line, bullish trajectory basically for Kaspa, right? We could also argue that Kaspa entered the same channel as BTC. That is basically upward momentum. So guys, short time frame, you know what to expect. Probably we are going to reclaim, well, hopefully we are going to reclaim this level. This is not a financial advice. I'm just letting you know what I'm thinking might gonna happen, because we've got strong reversal. Well, at least looking at stochastic RSI. Yoda, he's basically saying that Bitcoin bulls are ready for the Q4 and this consolidation is almost done. So looking at his chart, what he basically marked, the first pump towards the upside, entering that, well, channel that is basically support, that is basically leading us back to that zone in here, and then we got rejected from this level as a support. That was the shaky, proper shaky, and of course what happened was the C19 in here, and after that pump. So let's have a look what is going on in here. So we've got this first pump, the ETF pump, whatever, and then Japanese stock market crash, that wick in here, but we got supported by this level based on technicals, guys. So even if we are going to drop a little bit lower, going sideways for BTC, I don't think that this is something to be worried about, because obviously market is basically, you know, gearing up towards big pumps in Q4, I believe, and everybody else as well. So let's have a look at this beautiful chart and data that is provided by Mr. Quantin. And now you're looking at Bitcoin stock to flow model. So as you guys see, when Bitcoin stock to flow model is basically at these red and orange, basically nothing is happening. However, as the price goes, Bitcoin is entering that yellow, beautiful greenish area, and as you guys see, we are in dark red at the moment. So based on this technical, you know, we are nowhere near the top. Okay, and let's have a look at different chart that is basically going to help us to, well, determine of what the heck is going on. So Mr. Yoda is saying that Bitcoin is not forming a top here, and this is not what a top looks like. So, well, top is basically that sharp move towards the upside and then the sell-off. And this is something that occurred 2 times in 2 previous cycles, right? We had a very, you know, strong and aggressive upward move towards the upside and then immediate sell-off. And now we've got consolidation, which is, well, different, at least in my eyes. And Mr. Max is highlighting that Bitcoin is in here, just like it was in here. And we are still anticipating entering into that peak green zone in which we are going to see that parabolic stage. And now, guys, looking at this in here, that's basically showing how huge the accumulation is. So while retail is selling, many whales, I believe, are accumulating because they pretty much know what is going on. And now let's compare the cycles. We've got halving 1, 2, 3, and 4. So as you guys see, we've got 2012, 2016, 2020, and 2024, obviously. So let's have a look what happened in 2012. Bitcoin pumped towards the upside towards that halving, and after that we had a pullback and then rally. Then in 2016, very similar. Price pumped before the halving, and then we had some sideways moves. And in 2020 that was the case. So as you guys see, what is different in this cycle, you've probably noticed already, is that we have pumped prematurely comparing to the previous runs. And of course that's due to the fact of what happened with ETF, and this is what's going on at the moment. Longer consolidation, but I do believe that Bitcoin's price is definitely going to reach, well, higher prices in foreseeable future. I don't know when exactly, but I do believe that this market is just gearing up and preparing for the next leg up. Ladies and gents, that's what I've got for you today. I hope that you have guys enjoyed, and I wish you having a great day. Peace and love, crypto.